Hal! I'm the Gandhi Man cunt, and welcome to day 8 of the 300 Days of Disney. You ain't never had a friend like them. Disney Sidekicks. Disney Sidekicks have been some of the most memorable characters in history. Problem is, there's so many of them. Today, we're going to look at my top 10. But, Gandhi, this has been done before. I know, guys, jeez! But what I'm going to do to make this slightly different is look to the current gaming obsession of the world with Battle Royales. And we'll look at the best solo, duo, and squad sidekicks. Again, this is because there are so many amazing Disney sidekicks. Also, for that reason, we aren't looking at Pixar today, guys. And just because your favourite sidekick may not show up in this episode, doesn't mean you won't see them in duos or squads. So let's get started, shall we? Ray. Arcasian Bayou Firefly. Ray from The Princess and the Frog is our hilarious redneck that loves messing with our prince and loves helping our beautiful Tiana. Not only does he have a great sense of humour, a fantastic song, and is loyal as some of the great Disney sidekicks, but he also has an absolutely amazing love story and a heartbreaking death scene. And what tops this character off most of all? Well, my good friend Bandy. Check him out on Twitch, guys, underneath Bandsaw the Hedgehog. Well, he'll be happy to hear this part mentioned, but the voice actor for Ray has a huge history with Disney. Jim Cummins, the iconic voice of Winnie the Pooh, Tigger, Pete, and Darkwing Duck. Any wonder why this character deserves his place as number 10 in our top 10 solos list? We love you, Ray. Number 9, Zazu. Lion King had 2 of the most memorable characters ever with Timon and Pumbaa, but people tend to forget we have another great sidekick in this. Mufasa's sidekick, the royal advisor Zazu. He's the first of 2 birds on our list today. Zazu was voiced by Rowan Atkinson, also known as Mr. Bean, and even though he did spend a lot of time nagging our poor Simba, we can't help but feel the love Zazu has for Simba, and that's what makes him deserve his place. He may not have been the most hilarious character in this film, but sure had one of the fiercest loyalties to Simba and his family, and is for sure someone I would want on my side. Number 8, Iago. Well, guys, here's our second bird on the list, and funnily enough, he actually shared a Disney theme park attraction along with Zazu, and that was the Enchanted Tiki Room under new management. Now, this may not have been the most popular attraction, especially to the die-hard original Disney fans. However, I loved it. I loved Iago in general. This pirate was originally a sidekick of evil sorcerer Jafar from Aladdin. However, he was so loved that he continued on into multiple sequels and the Disney Channel TV series of Aladdin, this time working with Aladdin, not Jafar. We love to see the crazy situations Iago gets himself into, as well as seeing his road to redemption along the way, even if we didn't see this until Jafar was gone. But still, Iago, even for a henchman, will be a memorable sidekick forever. Number 7, Olaf. Now I'm sure a lot of you are going to be annoyed that Olaf isn't a lot higher. I get it, guys, Frozen was the biggest thing to come out of Disney for a while, but that does not warrant the place in my top 10. Olaf got his place because of how wonderful of a character he was. He was naive and innocent, which made him hilarious. Since he's a snowman, we've seen him fall apart and get stabbed, and long for the sun. This makes him unique. Now, these are things you wouldn't normally see in Disney films, as it makes you think of death. However, Olaf made it funny and cute. I swear, I don't know anyone other than Olaf that can make the word impaled sound fun.
Why would I be?
Yeah, I bet she's the nicest, gentlest, warmest person ever. Oh, look at that. I've been impaled.
He also did everything he could to help reunite Anna and Elsa. He was for sure the star of Frozen, at least in my eyes, which is why he deserves his spot here. But I wouldn't have give him any higher of a place as the rest to come, just because he didn't make as much of an impact on my life as the rest did. But he still deserved a place. Jiminy Cricket, number 6. Now, if this one wasn't obvious to you guys, I'm severely disappointed. In fact, I'm disappointed in general because this is one character that is hidden from the usual top 10 sidekicks, and I've no idea why. People don't seem to realise that Jiminy was the first ever Disney sidekick. I've heard the argument made before that the Seven Dwarfs were the first. But personally, I can't accept that. The dwarves aren't sidekicks. That's like calling Stitch a sidekick. The film is called Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs. It is just as much their film as it was hers. Whereas Pinocchio, he could have got through the story without Jiminy, but it was Jiminy that helped to make it special. Now Jiminy got the number 6 spot above the others because he was a crucial character in all of our lives. Jiminy was one of our first childhood moments when we learned what a conscience was and helped to teach us right from wrong. He for sure helped me grow up into a better person. Number 5, Baloo. This is another character that I don't see on best sidekicks lists nearly as much as he deserves. And I know guys, technically he should be in duos because of Bagheera, but Bagheera was never one of those characters I could warm to. I don't know why. So it would be lying to say they were one of my favourite duos, but Baloo is for sure one of my favourite solo sidekicks. The love that Baloo has for Mowgli shows so many times in this film, whether it be the look on Baloo's face when he first sees Mowgli go to the man cub village, or whether it be doing something that hurts him to benefit Mowgli's life. Baloo is the best friend that we all need in our lives. Number 4, Kronk. Here we go guys, another henchman on the list, and boy is this probably the most loved villain henchman of all time. And this is one I agree with whenever I see on other lists. Kronk was brought to life by one of the most famous deep voices about, Patrick Warburton. Kronk stole the show in this film, The Emperor's New Groove. It's one of those Disney films that doesn't get anywhere near as much recognition as some others of its time. However, we still remember Kronk. We loved him that much he got his own sequel, Kronk's New Groove, showing shades of sidekicks like Timon and Pumbaa, who also went on some solo adventures. I would have gave him a higher spot to be perfectly honest, but the top 3 have made memories so vivid in my mind that I can remember exactly the way I felt the first time watching these movies. And while I love Kronk, he just didn't gain that level of emotion from me. Number 3. Into the top 3 now guys. And here we've got Hey Hey. Now guys, this is a short one as this character doesn't have much screen time compared to the rest, and also is the only one on our list today that doesn't actually talk. Hey Hey showed up in Moana, and the reason this wonderful chicken deserves a spot on the top 3 is because he literally is the most memorable thing about this film. Now don't get me wrong, Moana was a great film, and with The Rock playing Maui, it was really surprising that Hey Hey stole the show for me. But guys, there's not a single scene in this film that Hey Hey was a part of that I didn't legitimately laugh out loud. Our chicken, it's a little on the slow side, breaks me down with laughter during every rewatch. I hope you guys agree with me here, because this chicken was magical. Number 2, Gurgi. Now we went from one end of the spectrum to the other. Now don't get me wrong, my lovable wee Gurgi is hilarious as well, but I can still remember the hysterical crying that came from me, and still comes from me, when watching The Black Cauldron. Now, Black Cauldron is one of Disney's more cult classic films, and is given not even close to 1% of the recognition it deserves. A lot of people I speak to don't even know what Black Cauldron is, never mind that it was a Disney film, and this is really, really sad, because Gurgi's journey from Munchies and Crunchies will always make me smile. But the reason this film still makes me cry to this day is because of what he does. I've mentioned loyalty a few times today, but no loyalty compares to the sacrifice of our wee Gurgi. Gurgi gives his life to help save Tarzan. and the world by swan diving into the Black Cauldron. Even the thought of that scene brings me to tears, and that's why Gurgi will always hold a special spot for me. Number 1, guys, Vanellope von Schweetz. Now, this one, guys, may be an unpopular top spot here, and a lot of you may even argue the fact that she's a main character, not a sidekick. Well, that's where you're wrong. Vanellope, even though she has as much screen time as Ralph, she's still Ralph's sidekick. This film was about Ralph's journey to prove he wasn't just the bad guy, not about Vanellope becoming the princess. Vanellope, again, was the one that made this film so good. She started as Ralph's enemy when stealing his all-precious metal from him, and while Ralph was never actually a bad guy, he had some traits from the usual villains we know, and Vanellope was the one that ironed those out. Ralph learned he never needed that metal, he just needed a real human connection from someone, and when no one else was willing to give that to Ralph, she was, even though they started by not liking each other at all. What I think changes it even more, it wasn't just Vanellope that became his friend because of that connection. Everyone else started to realise that Ralph could be more than he was, the person that he could be, and how kind he really was. Let's face it, guys, would Fix-It Felix and the Nicelanders have actually accepted him if he got that metal? Or was it because the cute child princess of Vanellope loved him like a father, and that Ralph protected her no matter what? Was that what made them come around? I personally think so. And that's why I think that Vanellope deserves a top spot, because she turned the villain into the hero. Well, guys, that's my list of the top 10 solo Disney characters. I'm expecting a good lot of comments on this one telling me I'm wrong. And guys, I welcome it. I want to hear your opinions. And as always, guys, if you enjoyed the video, don't forget to hit that thumbs up button, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you always know when the magic is live. Until next time, guys, much love, and Ohana.